On today's episode, lingerie is better when you can eat it. Don't get your babysitter pregnant. And we are training to be astronauts. And don't overthink it. Sex is definitely a workout. Today on Advice Unfiltered. What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to Advice Unfiltered with Tony Rodriguez and Christopher David on episode 7.
Episode 7.
Episode 7, bro.
Look at us. So proud of us.
Cheers, bro.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Episode 7.
Cheers.
Here's the fruit juice and
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
Waiting to be sponsored, Coke. And fruit juice, whatever.
Yeah, right on.
All right. So, first of all, thank you for joining us. We're on episode 7. So, we appreciate you. If you're anywhere on one of these, Facebook, IG, TikTok, this is the behind the scenes. So, in a really great way, we do this so you can ask us questions, you can join in, you can get shout outs. And on top of that, obviously, people email us in questions, which is fantastic. A couple updates coming your guys' way. The website's being built, so it should be done this week. And then what you'll be able to do is actually go onto our website and then submit your questions to make it easier. And on top of that, you'll be able to submit video questions.
Really?
Yep. You'll be able to clip video questions.
You'll be able to submit video questions, and we'll be able to put them on the screen behind us.
Yes.
Right? So you put your video question in, we'll have you come answer your question.
That's right.
I do feel like we need to say this, though. I feel like because, this is... I want to let everybody know. Listen, this is for pure entertainment.
What do people? Did someone not get a doctor anymore?
For liability reasons, I just want to make sure that we're perfectly clear that we are just two dudes who have a lot of experience in life, and we're not professionals in any of this stuff. Like, this is just pure entertainment for fun, right?
Oh yes.
So yeah, so I just want to get that out there.
That's our disclaimer.
That's our disclaimer right there.
Yeah, so we appreciate the questions and a couple good things that are coming up for you guys. First off, over the next few weeks, we'll actually be having some surprise guests who are going to either Zoom in and join us, which is fantastic, so you'll be able to get a little bit different perspective. Yeah. We may go and add a random third guest from time to time, so maybe go to the bigger studio, which will be fun. So those things are coming up, but the most important things are you're going to be able to go right on the website, submit questions. Now, if you want to get your video question up, join the show, one of the things that we'll have to ask, and we're going to ask this multiple times over the next couple episodes, if you love the episode, please just share it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like right now, you people watching us live, please share this. Because that's how we get the followers, right? So just share this. Go to your little click button at the bottom of your thing there, and push the share. And if you go to our podcast on any one of those websites, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Like I said iHeartRadio. I said that right.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share that too. Right.
Yeah, it's funny when people do that on their YouTube, and now you get it. You're like, hey, don't forget to click, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share.
Of you for that, but now we're doing it, right? Now we're doing it. So it's how it works, right? Like, if you want more, we want to give you more. Just make sure you do your part. Right.
Oh, that was nice. Let's clip that, and that's a ringtone.
That's a ringtone right there.
Yeah. So, and then the other nice part is P.O. Box is being set up. So if you want Chris to sign your books, and we appreciate that. We've had people want to send us merch and T-shirts.
Yeah, well, talking about that, it's a nice lead-in, man. So we have. I got this a couple weeks ago. Caroline Keller, if you're watching, I got your picture. I just wanted to show everybody. Give a little thing here.
Yeah, right? Look at that.
It's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. My first art piece. You know what I mean? So Caroline, thank you. And we'll have that P.O. box set up. And if you guys want to send anything else, and we're humbled.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
Look, I look at it as fun.
Yeah. No, it's very cool, man. Who would ever thought? You know what I mean? Like it's very, very cool, right? Hey, let me show it one more time.
And we have to set up a P.O. box.
Spend some time on this.
Because we love you, but we just can't have you sending stuff to our house.
Yeah, you just can't send stuff to my job. You know what I mean? Like we did. But we're going to set the P.O. box up. You guys will be able to mail stuff. If you bought my book, yes, I will sign it. And I appreciate you for the support and believing in me and buying my book.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Chris will sign it, throw some cologne on it, rub it on himself, mail it out to you.
No. I will sign it. Make sure you put your return thing on there, and I'll mail it back to you. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Not rubbing your book on me.
Well, we get more book signatures that way.
I get paper cuts that way.
I cannot tell you how many times I've seen social media. It just blows my mind with people being like, "Oh, I wore these socks and some guy paid $500 for them." Or you see people. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, if you pay for the postage, I'll definitely sign it internationally.
Yeah, I mean, look, we appreciate the support. So, all right. So, with that being said, episode 7, we got 6 in the books. Like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate the following. We appreciate you guys chatting with us and sending us stuff, which is awesome. No, we will not send you money for the person who wants to draw pictures of us and
no,
and send us checks and go, "What's your bank account?" I'm sorry, we don't. No. We don't do that. And to all you people who have fake Chris accounts, and we say it all the time, not to fall for the fake account. But I'm going to give you cheers. You know why? Because you guys help us promote the show. So if you're going to steal Chris's, first of all, don't do family shit because that's horrible.
Yeah.
But if you're going to steal Chris, do us a favor. At least tell people to follow the podcast.
Yeah. Follow the podcast and tag me. Yeah. Well, I was telling you that one. In fact, they're on here watching. I Love DILFs or whatever.
Oh, there you go.
The girl stole the video. Stole the video. But she tagged me in it. And she got 2 million views on my video. Here's the ironic part: is I posted the same video, different music, right? It shows you how music makes a point, right? Different music. I posted the same video. I got maybe 120,000 views, maybe. This girl steals my video, puts Lana Del Rey on it, and it's got 2 million views, and it's the same video. But no, hey, listen, as long as you tag me in it and you promote the podcast, I have no problem with. It's free advertising.
Yeah, it's all we ask.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, free advertising. We've kind of leaned into it, but we just ask you to be respectful about it.
Are there any fake Tony accounts?
I'm not looking. I don't even want to know if there is.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm not looking. I don't even care. You can create all the fake Tony accounts you want. You'll find, if you go back far enough, I mean, all the way to the 90s, you'll find plenty of pictures of me online from, modeling and magazine stuff.
Tony was the model. He was Mr. Delaware there. Mr. Delaware. Tony was Mr. Delaware.
You'll find lots of pretty naked photos of me somewhere if you find them. And if you're going to start a page, all I ask is just share. That's all I ask.
Yeah, there's naked pictures of Tony out there, people.
I didn't say naked. I said pretty close.
Pretty close to naked pictures of Tony out there somewhere.
Scantily clad, as the people say.
Yeah, I pray to God there's no naked photos of me out there.
There's no coconut leaf kind of deal.
Coconut shells. No,
there's none of that stuff. But
it's too funny.
No, if you find them, just make sure you tag me in them and let's and tag the podcast.
Find any of me, don't tag me in any of them. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
There's a moment that I know exists where I know a picture was taken, and this is this has to be 2000, and I remember it because I remember in the middle of this whole thing that was going on, someone snapping a photo, and my instant thought was, I wonder if that's ever going to get out. And you're talking 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Somewhere floating, somebody, and I know the people that were there.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'm just like, I wonder if they delete. Please delete.
I hope they delete it. I'm so glad they didn't have photo camera. They didn't have camera phones when I was a kid.
Oh, it'd be awful.
That'd be terrible.
Could you imagine?
So real quick, somebody asked a question.
Yeah.
The name of my book is It Was Never Just About Me, and it was the #2 bestseller. To answer your question, you can find it in a link in my website.
No, we need to do next week. Let's just put the book here.
Yeah, we should put the book there.
Yeah, so people know.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, you can share it to people. I think, if I'm not mistaken, another cover.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
new?
Another. I'm on a cover of another book. Yeah, Deacon is the name of the book.
That's and that was a solid photo.
It was a solid photo. It was
nice.
Pretty cool. Me on a motorcycle. Yeah, me on a Harley. Yeah, I think it was pretty awesome, man. Yeah, the book's called Deacon. I don't know much about it. I know the lady who wrote it is a best-selling author. Mm-hmm. She's wrote a bunch of series. So if you want to check that out, you can actually go to my page and you can see the lady who did it in the cover of the book. But yeah, it's number 18, I think, book covers I'm on.
So when you get commissioned to do these book covers, mm-hmm. does it something that's important to you to be like, hey, what's it about? Or you just always assume it's in a romance
I have no
area?
idea. So here's the thing. So they can sell my books to whatever, man. I could be dating a cow. Freaking at some farm somewhere. You know what I mean? Or I don't know anything. So the pictures are taken. We do, so it's a 2-day shoot. I go. They're 10-hour days. We shoot as many locations, as many different outfits as we possibly can.
Yeah, 2 days is a long photo shoot.
Yeah. It was 20 hours altogether. We shoot for 20 hours straight, or 10 hours both days. And I bring as many outfits as I can and change the outfits as much as I can. And then that way she has a plethora of pictures, and me in different outfits and me in different poses and me in different locations. And then she puts it on her website, and these authors go to her website and they pick out, which pictures they want.
Gotcha.
So, excuse me. So I have no idea, any of the books. Like, I didn't know I was going to be like an Irish Rebel or the Irish King or whatever it was. But thank God. I mean, they're cool.
No, thank God, right?
Yeah. I mean, so far, knock on wood, every single book, the cover that I've been put on has been, either I'm a hitman or I work for the mob.
Something cool.
Or something cool. It's something cool. Like I'm some lone guy in the middle of the woods, saves his girl, so they're all pretty cool.
It's not like an Irish book called A Boy and a Sheep, and you're like, what the hell am I doing on there?
And a cliff, you know what I mean? And he backs up. No, it's
So essentially, your photographer does almost like stock photography of you in a million things, and then is able to commission that out, and then you make money when you get on the cover.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that
when they
makes
buy
sense.
the picture, they put that on the cover. Again, I have no idea what any of the books are. Deacon, the lady who did Deacon, is actually sending me a book. I think all the authors should send me books. Usually I have to buy them. But they should definitely. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I know. They should all send me the book because, literally, they should sign it and then I can sign it and that book would be worth a lot more money, right? If we can sell me, it'd be a collector's piece. You know what I mean? So they should definitely send it to me. So if any authors are watching that bought my picture and you should send me the book, sign it. It'd be a collector's piece, right?
I would just think that just out of pure, I would send.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you. Listen, those books, I'm sure they're excellent, but every time I post it, everybody says the same thing. They're like, "Oh, I'm buying the book now because of the cover." Yeah, I mean that's what they say. They all say, "I'm buying that." I had no interest in, which it's a dual
partnership,
right? So they write the great stories, the smutty, sexy stories, and I get to be the guy. Yeah, that's right. It's not a bad gig. It's not a bad gig. I never thought I'd be doing that at 48 years old, but hey, here we are.
Well, I told you, since I have all the photography equipment as a photographer, the cool thing is, in the next few weeks, we talked about it, we'll release some Advice Unfiltered photo shoots.
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe I'll put them on fake book cover.
That'd be awesome.
Just put them out to the world.
We'll put notebooks, advice notebooks.
I like it.
Look at that, advice notebooks. You guys want advice notebooks?
There you go.
We'll put a notebook with us on the cover. And
inside calendar.
And you guys write down, your best quotes and your best inspirational, advice.
One of these comedians, his name is Stavros. He's really heavy set, funny, heavy set guy. He's got to be 300 plus. But every year for years, he's made a calendar, and it's really fun. I mean, it's professional, looks great.
Yeah.
He makes a mint.
Really? Off a calendar?
Just people buying the calendar because they think it's hilarious. So
no way.
Who knows what's in our future?
Yeah, who knows?
All right. Yeah. Well, that being said, it's question time. So,
it's question time.
Yeah, just so you guys know, we're going to try to do two things. We have a lot of people to write in questions, which is great. I have 7 pages, so we're not going to go through all 7 pages tonight. Wow. But also make sure if you're on the TikTok, if you're on Instagram, Facebook, and you have a question, just go ahead and ask us because we definitely want to make sure we get to a lot of the questions that are on the phone as well because you're here live with us. So we definitely want to give you guys credit for that. So if you have a question, go ahead and put it into the chat. We'll make sure we answer it. And hi to everybody on all these.
Yeah, just so you know, we're all filming right now live on Instagram and live on TikTok
and Facebook.
And Facebook?
Went live on Facebook.
No way.
Yeah, that's why not.
We got all the social medias up and going, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, Facebook?
Yeah, so if you're on any one of these things, just know this is behind. I get this question all the time. It's the behind the scenes. People are like, "Oh, this is the green screen." Like people.
Yeah, it's behind the scenes. Like, it doesn't look like this on the YouTube and the Spotify and all that stuff. No.
So what I would hope for you guys to do is if you join us live, I appreciate it. Also, still download the podcast or go find it or go see what we actually look like with some nice, Ming sets us up with some nice studio backdrops, and also just promote it. So. But I was telling you today, I know this is going to be a weird segue. I was telling you today in the sauna. So we were at the gym today.
We're at the gym.
So in the sauna earlier, we got Hades, a new one. I love when I get new places. And I only bring this up because it was actually about your book. So I thought in all fairness. Yeah, it was about.
So Hades?
Yeah, from Haiti.
Yeah. What's up, Haiti?
Now the funny thing is.
Up to the Haitians, right? Up to the Haitians. Haitians?
Yeah.
Haitians,
so
right?
now it is Haitians. And now when people ask me, I don't even know if they think How many people think, just out of curiosity, the book covers you're on? Like, I know you have your own book and you're a
Yes.
bestseller. How many people think the covers that you're on are also your books?
It's funny you say that because somebody just asked me how many books I've written. I have not written any of those romance novels. I really thought about it. I don't know why I thought about that this morning. I literally thought about it. I was like, man, people must, no wonder they think I got an ego. Like, who would write like this romance novel about me being a hitman and getting the girl and then put me on the cover?
You on the cover?
Like,
oh, that's awesome.
Wow, that'd be so narcissistic. I mean, it'd be a good marketing strategy. You know what I mean? But like, that's just, I don't know. I just couldn't imagine doing that. Like,
be cheaper.
Like, it'd be cheaper, right? Like, if we can, like, I could buy my, I don't have to buy, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do it. Listen, I've written one book. I'm writing number 2. It's an autobiography. It was never just about me. Is the name of the book, The Journey That Saved My Life. The other books, the Abrahams, the Irish King, those are all like really great authors who wrote these romance novels. They're not me. The only thing I am is the cover model and the guy you imagine being the hero in the story. That's what I get to do.
All right. So so I'm going to ask you a question. Daphne asked this from Haiti. I hope it's from your book. In your book, you talk about returning to your spirit mind and following your inner voice, whether that's intuition, the universe, or something bigger. Does Superman still tune in these days? And has it led you into anything recently that even a personal trainer couldn't bench press through? Really well thought out question.
So wait, I don't understand the question. It's been again?
So realistically, what she's asking is, you talk about your intuition, you talk about return to your spirit. Nowadays, is there anything in your personal life that you feel like you're really trying to struggle and get through that your inner voice is helping you with?
Oh, so here's the thing, right? So, everybody thinks that like meditation, right? Everybody thinks, if I meditate, I can find my Zen spot and the world's going to be all at peace, right? That's what they think. But even Buddha himself said that it's a myth, right? Because the moment you get out of meditation, all those things that caused you the anxiety, the depression, the worry are still there.
Yeah,
they're still there. You know what I mean? You just had a moment of peace. So even though I've healed, right, and I've done a lot of work to combat and come up with these new ways to live a better life and to have a better mindset, it's an ongoing battle. You know what I mean? It's an ongoing struggle. So when I tell people they're going to lose weight, right? Especially when people are really like overweight, I ask them, I'm like, how much time did it take you to gain that weight? And usually they'll tell me like, 5, 6, 7 years, right? So you have to give yourself that same patience and that same understanding that it's going to take just as equally, maybe shorter amount of time to get better and healthy, right? To change those habits. You have to give yourself the same patience. So even though I'm in a great place mentally in my life, and physically, like I'm really good. I still have those constant battles in my head. I still have those. Am I good enough? Did I do everything I should have did today? Did I say the wrong thing? Did I make a situation bigger than it had to be? Those thoughts go into my head all the time, man. Like, did I offend somebody or hurt somebody I care about? Am I worthy of being loved? There's all thoughts like that I still combat in my head. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and she's like, your podcast is going to make it. Things are going to happen in your life. Things are going to change. Like, we've talked about this. Like, I feel like we're on the brink of something great happening.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? Like, we're on the verge of something really spectacular happening with everything in my life and Tony's life and everything else. Like, and I she made the comment about it, and I was like, yeah, well, if we can, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? And I was kind of self-deprecating a little bit, and they asked me why. They're like, why are you self-deprecating? Like, everything you've done so far, you've done. And I'm like, it's still a constant battle in my head. Like, it's just still a constant battle. So even though I found a place where I'm happy, it's still work. It's still work to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's the biggest fallacy is that everybody thinks, you're going to get this spot and everything's going to be rainbow and sunshine. Everything's going to be perfect. The birds are going to chirp. Little deer's going to walk up to me and kiss my hand, like Disney. That's not how life works. It's not how it works. It's work. You know what I mean? Like, it's something you have to constantly do. And again, the biggest thing is learning, knowledge. Yeah. Like, the more you learn, the better it is, right? So even if it's something minute and small a day, something new you've learned, you've already bettered yourself, Yeah.
Well, we talk about all the time. It's it's accepting the fact that you're a work in progress and really falling in love with that.
Yeah, the journey.
Yeah, you're always there's a friend of mine goes to therapy, and she had said to me one time, she said, I found out what I struggle with the most. And the therapist said, you're always focused on the end of the journey and not the journey itself. Yeah. And when you get to the end, you're going to realize there's just still more journey.
Yeah, there's still more to do. It's just no different. It's no different than like learning martial arts. Everybody's like, oh, I'm a third-degree black belt, but really all you did was get halfway up the mountain. Like there's still so much more to learn. And I think it's where we make the biggest mistake, is we think we since we've learned this chapter in our lives, then we're good. We don't have to work anymore. And that's not the case, man. You have to constantly keep learning. You have to constantly keep moving forward. And it always goes back to simple basics, just like martial arts. It goes back to simple basics, like getting up in the morning and counting 10 things to be grateful for. You woke up today. You got roof over your head. Your dog sitting next to you. Everybody you love is healthy. Your car's running. You got food in the refrigerator. You have your health. Like there's like 9 things right there, right?
Yeah.
And actually giving yourself time to feel grateful for those things is a great way to start the day, and it's a great technique to help you combat whatever you're going through.
Yeah, I heard today a crazy stat. I was listening to Rogan, and if you make more than $34,000 a year, you live in the top 1% of the 1% of the world.
Yeah.
But people wake up, and not that I'm saying obviously we live in the United States, it's a little bit different, but the point of it was I think people get away from just realizing sometimes to be great. You're alive.
Yeah, you're alive, man. You have an opportunity today.
You have an opportunity.
You have an opportunity today. Every day is an opportunity. That's why they call the present the gift, right? Like the beginning of the present is the gift, right?
Yeah.
So
fall in love with learning. Fall in love with things aren't going to always be okay. But I think the challenge is just don't be afraid and get stuck in the same place. The beauty of life is you get to fuck that up. You get to make mistakes. But the challenge is don't stay in the same place.
No.
Just keep moving.
So here's a good example. So my youngest son, I told him, I said, dude, I was like, my youngest son's 10. Love that kid. I was like, dude, listen, you got to do 1%. He was hard on himself. He was like knocking himself down. You know what I mean? And I was like, dude, listen, man. I was like, just 1%. Just 1% better every day, dude. And he goes, yeah, but what the hell is 1%? He's like, what is 1%? I was like, yeah, but dude, 1% over 365 days is 365% better.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. He's like, you're right. I was like, yeah. I was like, so it's not about seeing that great picture, right? Because even when you get to that point where you think you reach that point in your life, you're gonna find something else that you're not happy with. It's just the way it works. It's just that's why you see people that are multimillionaires and multi-billionaires, and they're miserable. Miserable. Freaking, and it's because they've done so much that they forgot about basic stuff. Basic stuff doesn't excite them anymore. The struggle.
Yeah.
The struggle is the most important thing.
It is. You really do. That's why more people statistically struggle in life when you're wealthy than people who don't, because people who don't have struggle in their life wind up struggling.
We're going to struggle. Yeah, you'll find a problem.
Yeah. So, all right. So Megan from New Jersey, what is something?
What's up, New Jersey?
Jersey in the house.
Jersey in the house.
What is something you think we have lost in today's society that you wish that we could get back?
The family.
I think so too.
The family. I mean, the family dynamic. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. I mean, there's been, and this is the truth. I don't care what anybody says, man. The truth, as a matter of fact, there's been an attack on the male identity and the male figure in the home for the last 30 years. And it's broken the family. They made this delusional thing that it's better for the mom to be out working, and the dad to be separated, and the kids to be raised by daycare. They've really beat it into our heads. And I'm not saying, listen, you can have Mr. Mom who stays home. The mom can go to work. Dad can stay home. I'm just saying in general, the family dynamic, having that, at 5 o'clock, right? When we were kids growing up, 5 o'clock, there was no cell phone. There was nobody calling. There was no emails. You know what I mean? When you sat down for dinner, everybody sat down for dinner. You know what I mean? The TV was off. You had that. As much as you hated it when you were a kid, you're like, oh man, this sucks. I got to sit in my foot. They're going to ask me questions about school and as you grow up and you realize that we have less time with our kids, less time with people that we care about, and more time at work. We work more now than we ever did, ever. You know what I mean? We're less home than we are ever, and even when we are home, we're answering emails. We're worried about what we're doing tomorrow and answering phone calls for work and. I think the biggest thing we've lost and that we really need to regain as a society, especially if we want to make a difference, is bringing back the family dynamic. You know what I mean? Bringing that family dynamic home, you know?
Yeah, I miss, you got to put the phones away. You got to make things, like you said, doing dinner together, family time. An interesting statistic I saw was after your kids turn 18, you will only spend in total time one more year. Like if you actually count the days, you only spend one more year with them from 18 to the rest of their life. So make the most of it when you're in the same household for sure.
No, it's true, man. We can, and somebody just asked her, how are you supposed to see your family when you have to work to survive? I listen, I get it. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I think, but the question was, what do we lose? And how do we get back to that, right? How do we get back to that point where, so like for me personally, I tell everybody I've worked for, man, the moment I'm done work, I turn off my emails and my beekeeper. I don't answer that crap. I'm not at work. You know what I mean? When I have my son on the weekends, my son has my attention. 100% has my attention. Right. You know what I mean? Because when I have him on the weekends, it's all about him. Whatever he wants to do, whatever he wants to spend time doing. It comes down to making that priority, right? Like making that time. And again, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy at all. It's definitely a difficult thing to do. Is it worth it? 100%. Because here's the thing: when we go to work, my oldest son taught me this. Because I worked 3 jobs when I raised him, and I thought because I had the house and he had every pair of Nike sneakers he wanted, and he had every game system he wanted, that I was doing the right thing, right? That I was doing the right thing by him. By supplying him, right? By providing for him. And at the end of the day, what he really missed the most was spending time with me. And when I realized that, when it dawned on me, it's kind of like that Cats in the Cradle song. Yeah. It was already too late. You know what I mean? There was no more weekends. There was no more time. He had his own life. You know what I mean? And the only people that know when you work overtime, the only people that will remember that you spent every day at work, 13-hour days, is going to be your kids and your loved ones. Your job's not going to remember you. Listen, your job's not going to give a shit. And in all honesty, man, if you die, there will be one of that in the paper tomorrow for your replacement. I mean, that's the God's honest truth. So what you got to do is figure out what your priorities are at. You know what I mean? Set those boundaries for yourself as hard as they can be. But yeah, I purposely make sure, like, anytime my kid calls me, he's got a day off, like he lets me know ahead of time, I'll rearrange my schedules to make sure I can spend that day with him, because he's the only one that's going to miss me when I'm gone,
And look, get creative. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I work in a world where my phone is on. I work 7 days a week, and I operate on 2 coasts. And my wife is, she manages 24/7, 7 days a week as well. So I get it. But and I travel, so I'm not even home all the time. But it doesn't mean I can't get up and do breakfast or FaceTime or put a little note. So it doesn't have to be something so over the top. But when you have downtime, it's do breakfast together. Just do a lunch. Make the number one thing they said is really hit home the other day. They asked kids as they've gone through life, what's a memory that they have that it's in most children for the longest time back. So every psychiatrist would assume it's trauma, like something happened to you that's horrible. The number one thing that every kid remembers as they get older is a family vacation or camping in the backyard. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be money spent. It's time spent together.
It's time spent together. Yeah.
So
no, it's time. Time is the most important thing. And I just want to make sure, because this is the second time I've seen this today when I did it live. I am not married. This ring is a dragon ring, and it's on the wrong hand. Like, everybody keeps saying I'm married. I am not married. I've been divorced for 10 years.
Nope, just me.
Yeah, Tony's married. I'm not married. Tony's married. Tony's happily married.
Happily married.
Good for him. Yay, Tony.
Yay. Hey, so
anyway, go ahead.
All right, the Netherlands. Anita comes in from the Netherlands with
I love the Netherlands. What's up?
Really simple question. Never have sex again or never work out again?
See, I hate these questions. These are like the questions that freaking my son used to ask me. So my oldest son used to ask me these questions.
Her kids cornered her like at a family function and gave her a bunch of these kind of questions. I just took one of them out.
Yeah. So my oldest son, Isaiah, if you're watching, he used to ask these stupid questions when I was a kid. Would you rather?
This is what she.
Would you rather fall off the Empire State Building, get your eyelid caught on a nail, and land on a bike with no seat, or would you rather get run over by a steamroller really slow at a slow pace? Like, neither. Like, I don't want to give up either. Like, none. So what's my question? I have to give up sex or to the gym?
I'm going to be honest. It's just, I mean, I really thought about when I was
fucking gym.
I would give up the gym only because I would make sex a workout.
I'd make sex a workout. I'd swing her like a swing.
You'd just be benching her up.
It's like a swing, freaking doing cardio. I would give up the gym.
This would be Advice Unfiltered, the workout version. Just show you tips on how to make it work.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, but here, like, she was like, Coke or beer, strawberry or cherry, Top Gun 1 or 2. There's a bunch of them. But and then here's the other one. Here's one. Would you rather have your most embarrassing moment go viral or accidentally leak your own nude photos? I gotta be honest with you, I could care less if anyone saw me naked, so I just wouldn't want my most embarrassing moment out there.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure my most embarrassing moment is out there.
I'm sure people know about it. I don't want any more people to know about it than probably already do.
No, I don't care about either one. It wouldn't matter to me either one. I really wouldn't give a shit.
I'm comfortable at this point.
Yeah, no, if you can, you know what I mean? If you're making any money off my nudes, just make sure you send me some.
That's it, right? Just tag us.
Right?
And the podcast.
Not that there should be any. Again, we talked about this. Don't be sending dick pics, people.
No.
No.
Obviously we would give up the gym, but we figured out which probably all right. So we'll get our regular Connie, who's probably on there.
Oh, Connie's watching right now.
Since we already rolled into sex early, how often do you think about sex? Is it true? Like, you ever hear the statistic? A guy thinks about sex every whatever amount of minutes.
I never think about sex. Never. I don't even know what it is. I'm a born again virgin. I have no idea what sex is.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's. Yeah, I don't know.
It's very hard to get him to talk about it. You don't realize before we get on the show how much coaxing I have to do.
Yeah, I'm like, what? What is sex? I have to Google it. I was like, oh my God, people do that? That's disgusting.
Like, what is that act?
It's disgusting.
Let me put a sheet between us.
My kids were immaculately conceived.
Well, here's a funny thing, and I'll put a little twist on this question. So you're a trainer, so you obviously train people, especially men of all different ages, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would probably guess that me and you, it's probably more times than we would admit in a day, which is a lot, so it's fine. As men get older, that you train in the gym, and they tend to have lower testosterone levels.
Yes.
Do they tend to think about sex less and have less libido? I would think that's true, right?
No.
No?
No, I don't think that's true at all, man. I don't think it's true at all. Real quick, I am not 60. I am 48 years old. Whoever said that, go sit on something and bite it. I'm 48, man. Who fucking thinks I'm 60? Go get some glasses. Anyway, do I think they think about sex less? No. I think from the time we hit puberty, we think about sex like it's like breathing, right?
Well, it's built into us.
Yeah, it's built into us. I think men freaking and women, enjoy it, right? Freaking, it's something that they enjoy to do. I mean, hell, you got to look at freaking what is it? Who's that golf guy? Palmer.
The old Arnold Palmer?
Yeah, so he has a retirement home place, freaking like a resort.
Yeah,
like a community.
Oh, I never got this.
Yeah, and it's like these all these like retired people live there, and they got like the most STDs out of any college because they're all out there fucking, and they're like in their 60s and 70s and 80s, and they're popping Viagra like it's candy. So no, I think it all depends on, Yeah, so I think people think about sex all the time. Except me, I don't know what it is.
Except for Chris.
Except for me, I don't even know what sex is. I have no idea.
Well, Connie wants to know, do you like it when a woman nibbles on your earlobe?
No.
I don't think so. Well, it doesn't really.
No, it doesn't do anything for me. No.
I mean, I'll go with whatever, but I don't really.
No, don't nibble over here. Don't fucking, no. Don't nibble over here. Don't touch my fucking feet. If you can, I don't get that shit.
You ever had someone try to suck your toes? I have.
It's so fucking
and it's the
gross.
craose shit ever.
I still want to throw over my mouth.
You've never had someone try?
I hate fucking feet, bro.
I know you might hate it, but you never seen someone just make the venture down?
No.
Oh, I have.
I would freak out. I'd be like, no.
It's so disgusting.
It's so gross.
So
you know
gross.
what killed it for me about feet? And I will tell you the exact traumatic experience.
Yes.
What was that movie that was a spin-off of Boys in the Hood? With the Wayans brothers.
Oh, the
something gin and juice and freaking.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's like
what
the
was
spoof of it.
Mings will bring it up. Yeah, it's a spoof of freaking of it. Hold on, we're gonna look it up real quick.
Oh, what is
Give me
it?
1 second.
Don't be a menace.
Don't be a menace to society, right?
Yes.
So there's a scene where the Wayans brothers start sucking this big heavy girl's toes,
and they're awful.
And she's got like
Knuckles.
corns and like freaking like, and he's like putting. Oh, it's so gross.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's so freaking gross. I remember seeing that movie and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna puke in my mouth.
Yeah, it's an.
You don't have to show me,
one.
Ming. I'm good. Ming's trying to bring it up on the computer.
Like, no, Ming, we're fine.
Oh, no, it's a terrible movie, terrible scene, dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just I completely remember it was college, so it was like
fucking disgusting.
Like, what is you in?
So
what
gross.
are you into?
It was a bad movie. It was so gross.
And this one will make her day. What do you wear to bed?
Nothing.
I'm a naked person.
Yeah, no, I get really, really hot in bed.
Oh, I sleep hot.
So I got to have a fan on, and I don't wear anything.
Boxer briefs at the most, but outside that, I can't sleep when it's hot. I need cold.
I need cold.
Yes.
Colder the better.
All right, Connie coming in as always.
Thanks, Connie.
Thanks, Connie.
Such intriguing questions.
All right. Sarah K. She didn't tell us where she's from, but what would you do if you were dating someone for a few months and all of a sudden they started exhibiting all of your turnoffs? So you ever realize they say this, that you don't really know somebody until either they move in or you've been dating them for about 6 months and then you kind of get the real person.
Yeah.
They kind of let their guard down. I just end it.
Just end it.
I'm not going through that.
No.
My bet is that, Sarah, you've probably in discussions and dating talked about turn-ons and turn-offs. So the fact that the person knows what they are and they're still exhibiting them now, a couple months later.
Yeah, no.
Cut it out.
Yeah, no, there's got to be a certain amount of attractiveness going on at all times.
Do you ever get to a point where how do you deal with the struggle when somebody's so attractive or the chemistry is so great, but then the turnoffs come in and it's not good for you, but at the same time...
Yeah, well, it all depends on what it is, man. Everybody's going to have their quirks, you know what I mean? You can't expect everybody to be perfect, right?
No, of course.
So, you know what I mean? Like, if you really care about somebody, then you're going to deal with their quirks, right? To a point, right? Unless it's something that's totally disrupting your life, and it's like a constant battle, something you're fighting over all the time, that's totally different. But if it's something like, like they don't want you to wear your shoes in the house or like
licking ice cream cones, wasn't that you?
So yes, I can look past you chewing with your mouth open while you're chewing gum for a short amount of time, and then I'm gonna let you know you gotta spit that fucker out. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be sitting there chewing your gum with a cow. Like, I just can't do it. I you know what I mean? But again, those are like, you also have to understand your quirks, right? Those things that bother you are more about you than it is that person, right? So what type of person are you? Are you a tolerant person who's going to be patient and caring and kind? Or are you going to be, it's all about you and a narcissist and a jerk about this shit? You know what I mean? Like, I've seen couples, I've seen women that were adamant that he had to, dress this way, he had to, sit this way, blah, blah. And like, we're like, very strict and very real, like stringent with them,
Yeah.
And the guy sometimes would eat it, but at that point, like, listen, you're not controlling me.
Yeah.
Like, there's just some people that are very controlling, so you have to figure out the difference, right? So you can have a quirk, and be tolerant and patient with it, or you could be a controlling person and make it all about you all the time, So that really depends on your personality. But I think if you really care about the person, and especially if they're really hot and they're actually a good person, then yeah, you just suck it up, man. Fucking just deal with it.
Well, I think my wife has a good way to do it now. It came up this year because I'm a giant T-shirt, jeans, and sneaker person.
Oh, I know.
That's me.
I was so excited to get you that shirt.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
It's great, baby.
Fucking hot mess.
But so actually, she'll drop little hints, and I love her to death. So, and I want to be attractive to my partner. So she said the other day, she goes, "Oh, you remind me of somebody," and she was talking about Good Morning America, Kelly Ripa's husband.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good looking couple.
Solid guy, good looking couple. But she said, she goes, "Oh, what are you going to dress like this season? Like, what are you looking for?" She goes, "Oh, I really like the way he dresses." Now, I already heard it in my head, which was, "Hey, do you think that this year maybe we don't go T-shirt and jeans?" I know what the transcript's into.
Yeah.
But I just took it as a compliment. Like, hey, you know what? This is what my partner likes. Doesn't really hurt my feelings. And if it makes me more attractive to her, then...
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too. Like, I want to do things that make my partner think I'm hotter.
Yeah,
you know
of course.
I mean?
So, yeah, I was just thinking about that. But it was just, I guess it's the way it's brought up. I'm so easy. I don't really care. If it works for you, I can get around it. You can nibble on my ear, but just don't suck on my toes.
What is a cream egg? Tell me how you like to eat your cream egg. What does that mean?
Like a Cadbury egg?
I don't know.
This is, if we don't know what it is,
I have no idea.
I'm afraid for it to go in the chat, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right. John from Tennessee. How do I talk to my son about sex and the dangers of having sex too young? I know you both have children. Mm-hmm. When would you have that talk, or when did you have that talk? So your son's 25, mm-hmm. and then mine's just about to be 17. So did you have that talk with him?
Oh, yeah.
When did you have? Before college? During high school? When did you have it? 12,
13. You have to. These kids are having sex younger and younger. You know what I mean? And it's out there, right? Like, for when we were kids, to be able to see anything like a nude woman or any kind of sexual thing, we had to like break into our uncle's, bedroom when he was gone in his drawer. You know what I mean? Like there was no internet. There was no, and these movies now or even younger movies. Like, there's some movies that are Disney movies that if you, from an adult perspective, you're like, wow, I can't believe they said that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these kids are growing up faster than ever, right? So especially girls and boys. So I think it's very important because, listen, school's going to have it anyway. Schools have it like 4th and 5th grade now, right? So the school's going to have it anyway. So your job as a parent is to make sure that they feel comfortable with you to talk to you about it, because they're not going to want to talk to you about it, right? My oldest son, I remember having a conversation with him, and I was telling him before he went off to college, I was like, dude, listen to me, man. You're a good-looking dude. You play football. A girl's gonna, and you got a whole future ahead of you. I was like, a girl's gonna want to latch on to you, bro. Like they see prospect. You know what I mean? So be smart and wrap that Jimmy before you do anything. I was like, I don't care how drunk you are, you wrap it. And he's like, Dad. I'm like, listen, it's not just about you. it's about me too.
Yeah.
I'm too young to be a grandfather. So for me, do me a favor and wrap that fucker.
I'm not 60 yet.
Yeah, I'm not 60 yet. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
No, I thought it would be I have a lot of fun conversations with the kids. I'll teach them about not getting catfished. I sit them down, talk about don't send dick pics. But I dropped the ball on this one because my wife came to me and was like, "Hey, I found something in our son's backpack. I think we should talk to him." So I was like,
condoms?
"Yeah, condoms." So
that's
I
cool.
was like,
at least he has them. At least he has them.
But here's the thing. So I'm like thinking in my head, "Oh, this is cool. We're just gonna sit down." I must have game planned this talk out for
Did you ever run it through your head?
Way too long. It would have been way easier to have the conversation, and then all of a sudden, my wife put me up to it, which was fine. Like I should have been able to have it, and then like a week and a half later, she comes in. She goes, "You didn't do it, so I had to talk with them." And I go, "How'd it go?" She goes, "I broke down crying in the car."
That is so funny.
He has an older stepsister, and then that side of the family had to talk and gave it to him. But the one thing I can appreciate about him, he's very honest with us. So he's like, "Hey, I have them, but I don't do it." But my thing that really I think works for him is my mom was 16 when she had me, and 17 when she had my brother. So he thinks about that, and he's like, I can't imagine.
Yeah, no, my oldest son said the same thing. When he went off to college, he was 23, and he goes, "Man, Dad," he goes, because he gave me a hard time. And I tried to explain to him, like, you're my first, right? You're my first kid. And I had him when I was 23 years old. And we all know, there's no handbook.
No.
And I mean, you're just trying to do the best you can, And he was hard on me about it, and he resented me for a little bit of things, as he got older. And then I'll never forget, he called me from school, and he's like, "Dad," he's like, "I can't imagine trying to raise a baby and do everything I'm doing right now and holding 3 jobs and blah blah blah." I'm like, yeah, it's a little different, man, when you're in the real world, and you see, how hard it possibly can be. It's a humbling experience. So I think him seeing me, understanding everything I did, really helped him. And I've always been honest with my kids. Like, I'm completely honest. Like, if they ask me a question, I'm honest with them and I tell them, because there's no reason to lie. I own everything I've ever done. And they're gonna find out anyway. And I'd rather them trust me, right? So the one thing that matters the most to me is the one thing I own that's mine from the day I'm born to the day I die is my word. And I want my kids to know that if they ask me something, no matter how hard of a question it is, that they're gonna get the truth from me. So, but it's a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my son had that conversation because as he got older, I actually had talked to him probably when he was about probably like 10, 11, 12. And I said to him one day, he had made a comment about why me and his mother had gotten divorced. Or annulled, which I'm glad, by the way, it doesn't even exist, which is even fucking better. But wipe that shit right off the books. But so technically, I've never been divorced, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
But he said to me, I asked him, I said, well, do you want to talk about it? And he said no. So he became 14, and this started the whole thing about him living with us. But I told him, and he said to me as he's gotten older, this is the big difference between him and his mother. I told him straight up, I was not a good person.
Yeah.
Like, I just mean I could have been a better husband. I could have been a better person. I am to blame just as much as your mom. It didn't work out because both of us sucked at the relationship.
Yeah.
But I never, in the years he was a kid, ever said anything bad about her. Where the flip side was, I got beat up like every
Oh
day.
yeah, no. If you can, I got blamed for everything.
And to this day, he tells me as he's gotten older, he's like, I just appreciate that you're honest. So when you tell me something, I believe it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? So that's the other thing that matters most to me, right? Because like when it comes down to the end of the day, the only thing that matters to a kid is that they can feel safe, and the only way they're going to feel safe is if they can trust you.
Yeah.
And listen, I get it. Sometimes you don't want your kids to know, that you were that chick that was out getting bagged in the car, freaking doing rails in the bathroom with some friend, freaking doing. I get it. Like you want to be Susie Homemaker or or the Brady Bunch or whatever you want to call it. But being honest and being real with your kids gives them a honest choice to make a choice in their life, right?
And it also helps when they're going to need help. They know they can come to you because you've been honest with them, so it makes it easier as they get older.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah, absolutely.
Tyler from San Diego, California, going into fitness.
San Diego means whale's vagina.
Love Anchor, man.
Yeah.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, San Diego. Stay classy.
How do I manage the right amount of weighing myself? The scale never seems to be heading in the same direction, and a lot of times it's discouraging.
So what's the question?
So it's about weighing yourself. So, look, if you ever, I did this when I went through this phase. I think I lost like 50 pounds right after my first marriage got over. Mm-hmm. And I tracked it on one of those apps. And the craziest thing is the trend goes down, but it's not a straight line. It's a little, goes up, it goes down, goes up, goes down.
So here's the thing about the scale, man. Like you can't live by the scale.
No.
Don't live by the scale. You can't, because it's going to fluctuate. You're going to gain muscle mass. You're going to lose inches. Here's the thing. So the first 3 months, it's not so much about watching the scale move, right? It is literally about watching your endurance and your stamina and your energy levels rise.
Yeah.
Right. Those are in the first 3 months. Those are the things that are going to change. Your energy level, your stamina, your endurance, your strength. Also, another thing, it'll increase. You got to keep in mind, especially for the first 3 months to the first year, it's about how you feel. How do you feel? Do you feel more energized? Do you feel like you're getting stronger? Do you feel like your stamina is getting better? Do you feel like you are waking up more energized and ready to go to the gym? Because again, it took you 5 years to put that weight on, right? So there's no such thing as a quick fix. Even with Ozempic, there's no such thing as a quick fix, right? So if you want to do it right, then you have to pay attention to what your body's really telling you, not the scale. Right, because the scale is going to fluctuate. You're going to gain muscle mass, which is going to, look like you gained weight and you didn't.
Yeah.
You're going to lose inches, in certain areas, and you're going to gain inches in other areas. And so again, I always tell people I never put them on the scale right away, ever. Especially when they're first starting out. My first job with you when I train you is to get you liking the gym. Because if I get you, because that's the toughest battle, right? The hardest thing. I tell people all the time, man, it's not the workout that's hard. It's making that choice to get up and go to the gym. That is the hardest thing to do, right? Because you can think of freaking every excuse under the sun why you don't want to go. I'm too tired today. I work too much. I got to get up tomorrow morning. Blah, 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 blah. Excuse after excuse not to go. But I'm telling you, and I mean this to with every fiber of my being, if you go consistently and keep going, push through that mental block, the outcome, the other side of that is so beneficial to you and everybody that loves you, right? Because you have more energy level, you'll be around longer, you'll be healthier. Like for me and Tony, I know it's like keeping up with our kids. We like to, like I said, I have a 10-year-old, so I like being able to get on the ground and play toys with him and get off the ground and not take an hour to do that. You know what I mean? So there's just things that are really important. So the biggest thing for you is not fuck the scale. Throw the scale out for the first year. Just throw it the fuck out. Keep an eye on how you feel. You can listen. You can weigh yourself every other month, every 3 months. That's fine. But if you do it every day, what you're doing is you're causing the fact that you're actually gaining weight because you're I can't think of the word. Your systolic levels. You're freaking. I can't think of the word right now. I don't know. I'm lost my mind. But your hormones change, right? So when you get stressed out, it actually makes you gain weight, and so does your metabolism, right?
Could be water.
Yeah. Listen, if you're a woman, you get your period. The week before your period, the week after your period, your weight's going to fluctuate.
Yeah,
crazy.
You really need to be in a good mental place to be good enough to weigh yourself every day. And I would tell you, even for me, like right now, between March going into April, I'll be in a cut, which is fine. But even for me, I'll weigh myself once a week on Wednesday, and I don't really pay attention to it, except for the fact I just want to see over time a trend. But to your point, if you haven't worked out before, it's so interesting that if you're getting stronger and your clothes are fitting better, but the scale doesn't move, you're actually going in a great direction because you're probably adding muscle mass and losing body fat. The scale won't tell you that.
Yeah.
So you just, if you have a really good trainer, if you have a trainer like Chris, they'll tell you, that the goal isn't to get you in the gym and in 3 months you're going to lose 30 pounds because you're never going to keep it off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things that go into it. So just don't live and die by the scale.
I don't know what my TikTok live's doing right now, but it might shut off in 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
Ooh, well, then you just go back live again.
An unexpected error occurs. Please try again. How about you just get off my freaking thing?
How about you just get us live again?
Yeah, just get us live.
Come on, TikTok.
Whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Mike from Brooklyn. Do you believe in cheat meals or cheat snacks? I'm struggling to stick with my diet.
Yeah. I mean, again, here's the thing, right? So you have to, for the first 4 or 5 months, you have to stick to a strict regimen. You have to. And the reason being is because it takes 30 days to create a habit, right? So if you already set yourself up for cheat days, you set yourself up for excuses is what you're doing. You're what you do is if you go, it's like quitting smoking cigarettes. I'm only going to have a cigarette on my lunch break. That's
where it starts.
Yeah, that's where it starts. So the next thing you know, you're having a cigarette you're having 2 breaks a day now. Now you're having 3 breaks a day. Now you're stressed and you go home and you're going to smoke a cigarette at home, you know what I mean? Those are all things so if you're serious about it, if you're serious about, weight loss and fitness and everything else, then what you have to do is, at least for the first 90 days, is be on a strict eating regimen. I don't even want to call it a diet, just a strict eating regimen. Reason being is because you're going to spike your metabolism, right? You're going to make your body run more efficiently. The moment your body starts running more efficiently, your metabolism will burn fat even when you're resting state. That's when you can have a cheat day, right? When your body already starts running efficiently, you can have that day, and what it is, you want to get to a point where you're so consistent with what you're eating that you're not going to want to have a cheat day.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to have it, and then when you go to the gym, you have the consistency at the gym. You want to have that consistency of being able to do stuff and not, give yourself the excuse.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize if you're good, let's say, and this is where a lot of people fail in fitness, if you're really good Monday to Friday, which most of us generally can be, you have, your schedule's pretty regimented, so it's kind of easier to stick to a little bit of, hey, meal.
Sorry.
I was like, yeah, it's a meal plan.
Sorry about that, bro.
But the weekends are where people, a couple glasses of wine, you go out to dinner, you go off the rails, and then what happens is you're like, all right, I'm already in, so might as well eat the pizza tonight, right?
Yeah.
I struggle with the word cheat meal. I think a better way to look at it is, to your point, start by trying to stay consistent for a while. And when you start to see progress, you start learning little hacks like, hey, I've been great, so I want my favorite snack on earth when I'm really dieting down is those Utz pretzels we talk about.
Oh, I love those burnt Utz pretzels. Those things are amazing.
Yeah, and I try to keep my carb count low when I'm cutting, like right now.
Yeah.
So normally I could open a bag and snack on those like there's no tomorrow, but I just, you know what?
Well, here's the best thing. Here's something that's highly important, right? Is that if you do this, and I mean this 100%, if you do this, if you stick to a regimen of eating healthy, right, for at least 3 to 6 months, just to start, right? If you do that and you get your metabolism running efficiently and you get your workouts done efficiently and you're doing this, right, those days won't even be called cheat days.
No.
You won't feel guilty about it. You won't have to have like this, oh, well, you know what? Today I did this, so I'm going to be able to eat this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? In fact,
attitude.
you'll be able to sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to have this, and I'm going to eat it, and I'm not going to worry about it because freaking I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow anyway, and I'm going to work out anyway. And when I get up, I'm going to have my 6 eggs and my protein shake.
Yeah. And
You know what I mean?
when you have a tough workout, like now I start running a lot, like, and I start, putting in the miles. If you get into a good habit, you're going to come home and you're going to be like, I don't actually want those things. So
No, you don't, because it feels like you defeated everything you did. Listen, once you start eating clean, eating healthy, I guarantee you that you will feel so much better that when it comes up for you to have that stuff, you'll notice when you eat it that you feel like shit the next day.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you, I can tell my clients when they come in the morning or when I see them in the evening what they ate during the weekend or the day before or whatever. I can honestly tell you. And they always like, oh, freaking, I was like, I know. Yeah, what did you have to drink? Oh, I had 6 vodkas, freaking 2 days ago, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it affects your body. Like, it does. And you'll get to a point where you don't want to. You don't want to.
You don't want to feel like that.
You don't want to feel like that. You know what I mean? It's no different than when you quit smoking cigarettes. Like, when you quit smoking cigarettes, you can't even stand the smell. You can't even stand the smell of a cigarette anymore. Like, you don't want to even be around it. The same with eating bad. Like, you're going to look at it, unless you're smoking pot. If you can be like, I don't want that.
Claire from Richmond, Virginia. What was your first time like? I'm 27. I'm still a virgin. And the older I get, the harder it seems that I want to let go of this virginity. Am I being a fuddy-duddy?
A fuddy-duddy.
What was your first? Do you remember your first time?
Oh, yeah.
Was it, by the way, my first time?
No, actually, no. I don't remember my first time because I'm a virgin.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know what sex is.
I called the girl the wrong name.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm so excited.
That's fucking awesome.
The names were, I just remember
You called her the wrong name.
It was Melissa and Michelle. I can't remember the order. Like, I can't remember who I was dating and who was the ex, but I definitely slipped and said the wrong one in excitement and then got that weird face. And then I flustered and then I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so it was short-lived, but there was follow-up. But it was,
Yeah.
I never forget the look on her face going like, did you? And I'm like, I just was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I remember my first time. I mean, listen, here's the thing, right? So it depends on you. When you feel comfortable with the right person. You are getting at that age where you're at 27. So like if you plan on having kids, it's something you might want to experiment with. But again, it comes down to personal preference, man. Like, I'll be honest with you. I think there's 3 things in this world that God gave us that we get to enjoy. One of it's food. 2 is traveling, seeing this planet that He created, and 3 is sex. Yeah, I mean, those are 3 like guilty pleasures, right? So like freaking like it's like those are 3 things that you get to do that's fun. So it really depends on you. I'm not going to tell you to lose your virginity to anybody. I'm not going to give you. Listen. You want to keep it. You want to cherish it. That's totally your prerogative. At the same point in time. I like chocolate cake. So I'm just saying, I like my desserts. So
I love you like a fat kid loves cake.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just it's one of those things.
I would question whether, well, it could be a couple of things, right? It could be religious, which if that's what you believe in, that's
totally
your thing. Mm-hmm. It could be that you just haven't found the right person, which could happen. And the third one could be that maybe it's the way you feel about yourself or the way that you feel about being naked. Like that could be a thing. Mm-hmm. But look, it's the time when the time's right. The time's right. Yeah. But if it's anything about you personally or how you feel or how you feel about yourself, I definitely think you should find someone you're comfortable with or find someone to talk to about those things.
Somebody wrote every day it won't rot your teeth. True. It won't rot your teeth. And it won't make you fat either.
It's a good weight loss.
Yeah.
All right. So
best cardio out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, people are like all about it. Like, let's do it.
Everybody's like, oh my God, where do we find the virgin?
they're like shocked that you're a virgin. You're going to stop getting mail now.
Yeah.
Like, what thought he likes legs over people's heads? Like, what's going on?
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
Lauren from Madison, Wisconsin. What is the most ridiculous fitness trend that you've tried? I've tried them all, but do any of them really work? I'm going to let you know honestly. I've tried the shake weight, and my latest
shake weight.
And my latest is, and I hate this one because this one drives me crazy.
You know what the shake weight is, right?
Yes, but this one's even worse.
Show me, Tony. What's the shake weight?
It's like I'm clip it.
Oh,
it's like I'm skiing.
He's like, woo! Hey, what's up, Dr. Rich? What's up, man? We just came out about the shake weight, Rich. That's what we're talking about right now, the shake weight.
But here's the one that really kills me. She goes, I've tried the shake weight, and currently I'm trying the sweat girdle.
The sweat girdle.
Yeah, have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
That is the craziest thing that women, I blame the Kardashians.
Here's what I tell people all the time, man.
Don't buy it.
No, listen. I had somebody come in and ask me, remember those belts that used to shock your stomach?
Oh, yeah, the ab belts.
The ab belts used to shock your stomach. I remember somebody came in and they go, man, thank you, Dr. Rich. You just said I was the best trainer.
Shout out, Rich.
Yeah, shout out Dr. Rich. Majaris, right on. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. No drinking tonight. But those weight belts, those belts that you used to have that would, shock your stomach.
Almost bought one.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. I would tell somebody asked me about that. And I said, I'll be honest with you. I was like, do you see it here at the gym? Do you see it? No.
Nope.
Do you see the sweat girdle at the gym anywhere? No. The reason being is because it doesn't work. All it's just a fad. All of it's a fad. Listen, the only thing that truly works is moving your body, using weights as resistance, and eating. You are what you eat. There is no such thing as like skipping. You can't skip it. There's no fallacy about it. There's no quick fix. Like I had somebody tell me the other day, like, oh, my doctor said I can get in shape if I just work out 15 minutes a day. Bullshit. He's just telling you that because freaking, if you do 15 minutes a day, it's better than doing nothing. That's all he's telling you. But if you really want to get in shape, then you have to spend at least 45 minutes to an hour at the gym, every day, at least 4 or 5 times a day, or a week. I'm sorry, 4 or 5 times a week, and that's the truth. Like, if you really want to get in shape, you have to make a choice, like you do anything else in life, and stick to it. And what are my thoughts on intermittent fasting? I think it sucks.
I told you I had 5 days is the longest I've gone.
Yeah, no, I think intermittent fasting, unless your diet's really fucked up, and you're eating like pizza at McDonald's and shit food every fucking day, then yes, I absolutely agree. You need to reset your gut, and get your probiotics and your gut health better. Absolutely. But if you're just looking to lose weight and you're looking to be in shape and stuff like that, then you have to feed the machine. Your body's a machine, man. It's made to eat. Like you were perfectly made to eat. Yeah. And drink water and eat.
Intermittent fasting is great only for 2 reasons. Religious. If that's that's really for most people who don't realize it, it's not a weight loss fad, it's a religious thing. And the only other thing I actually like about it is every 3 or 4 months, I'll do 72 hours, not for weight loss, just because I like the reset of the body. Yeah. And it's autophagy and killing the dead cells. And whether that stuff in the long run does or doesn't work, it doesn't hurt me not to eat for 3 days, twice a year. But if you're using it as a weight loss strategy, it doesn't work great because here's the thing, and I know because I've tried it multiple years. It's easy to make it to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The problem is what people don't realize is then they wind up ravaging those calories because they're so hungry.
Well, yeah, they end up eating more than they would have. And they eat the wrong time of day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So again, it comes down to your body's a machine.
Feed it.
Feed it. It's like the keto diet. Like when the keto diet came out, keto was actually created for people who were really overweight. Like we're talking like 400-pound people like that. And then next thing you know, it's on everything. Keto kale, keto freaking crackers, keto protein drinks, keto. It just becomes a marketing tool. And the truth of the matter of fact is, man, it's the same shit. Just eat right. Just eat healthy, man. Get your high proteins. The golden rule is 1 gram of protein per body weight. And eat your greens, man. Vegetables are good for you. Yeah.
If I tell this people, and I'm a big proponent of this, if all you do is put all the diet shit out of your brain, if you just make sure that you don't miss your protein goal and every time you get a plate, you eat your protein first,
Yeah.
you will be amazed at how satiating it is. And then the only thing left, to your point, is probably eating the vegetables on the plate.
Yeah, vegetables are great for you, man. Greens, green vegetables are amazing for you. An oxidized diet,
Yes,
it increases the oxygen levels in your body, your blood flow.
You will lose weight, and you're going to keep your muscle, and that's at the end of the day what you want. So, the only fat I don't know if you can call it a fat at this point, but I'm only laughing because I do it, and it's actually in the gym now. I love red light therapy.
Red light therapy is all right. So here's my thing.
I have it at home.
Here's my thing about red light therapy. All right, here we go. Ready? So when I heard about red light therapy, I thought it was bullshit. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought it was like, I was like, listen, I'm not an egg. What are you, incubating me? I'm like, is that what's going on right now? I'm like, you're fucking. I thought it was placebo. I'll be honestly, complete 100% honest. I thought it was placebo. I was like, oh, so people think because this red light's hitting them and they feel a little heat that it's doing something. I'm an idiot.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. It's actually one of the best things I've ever done. If you get a chance to do red light therapy, there's also blue light therapy, and I think green light therapy. I think, but I haven't done the blue light. But the red light, I had a shoulder impingement, and I was supposed to do three sessions of the red light therapy when we got at the gym, and I did 2. And I can't tell you, my shoulder felt brand freaking new, man. It was amazing. It literally was amazing. And I was a skeptic. I thought it was bullshit. I thought I was going to get up and freaking and think that it was all stupid. And that was just some selling gimmick. But red light therapy is a real thing. It really works. So if you get a chance to do red light therapy, you should do it. Yeah, it's good for your face. It's good for your eyes. It's actually really, really good for your skin cells.
Mitochondria.
It's absolutely amazing for you. So red light therapy is really good. So if you get a chance to use it, we do have it at the Lifetime Gym. I'm a big advocate for it. I think it's amazing. So if you get a chance to do red light therapy, definitely check it out.
Yeah, I started by going to a wellness center, so I didn't buy it right away because I'll buy stuff instantly and put it at the house. And so I did it twice a week for 12 minutes, and then I started really loving it. And now I have one at my house, so I do 15 minutes a day every day, probably 5-6 times a week. But skin, energy, eyesight, everything in the last 3 months has gotten better. So it's but you got to be careful when you buy those things because there are some you got to get a lot of one.
Listen, you have to go to a good company. Make sure you buy it. So don't buy it off of Temu.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean? Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get. You're looking at light. You're gonna be staring at. Get a real one. You got to spend the money on those things. So all right.
Gaining weight is just as hard as losing weight. How do you gain weight in the right places? By eating and working out consistently.
Gaining weight isn't difficult. Gaining healthy weight is where people dirty bulk, and you could put on a bunch of body fat.
No, you can't say that because it is hard. There's some people out there like me.
Drinking
so for me to put on weight, say the heaviest I ever was 198. That's the heaviest I ever was, right?
Okay.
For me to hit that, I was eating 6,000 calories a day.
Drink a gallon of milk, baby.
I was actually getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, taking 2 scoops of peanut butter Ripple ice cream with the protein powder at 3 o'clock in the morning because your body starts rejuvenating itself at between 1 and 4 after you hit deep REM. And I was drinking that, and I was actually drinking a half a gallon of eggnog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For the fat calories.
For the fat calories.
Yeah. Freaking so it's 2 different balances, right? It's hard to lose weight, yes. Is it harder to gain weight in a healthy way? I think so, right? Because you literally have to eat a certain amount of calories, a certain amount of protein, and you have to be religious with it.
Yeah. Because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to put all this weight on, and then when you go to cut back down to look healthy, you're going to realize, you're going to go back to, you're going to put on 30 pounds and 26 pounds of it's going to be body fat and 4 pounds of muscle. And then are you really any better?
Well, that's why bodybuilding is a sport. I mean, that's why it's a sport, right? Because it's not easy. It's not everybody can do it.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
That consistency.
Not everybody can do it.
No, definitely not. Lucas from New Orleans, why is everyone so obsessed with being famous? Do you think I should go on dates with girls who are influencers as jobs? I'm in my late 20s, and the people that have been DMing me for dates, when I ask them what they do for the living, they say they're influencers. So if I don't know. So when you go on a date with somebody at this age now, and I think I have to go back a little bit, but obviously occupation, job, career, what you want to be in the future is a conversation piece.
Yeah.
How would you view it now if you asked somebody what they did for a living and they were an influencer?
Well, good for them. Let's say, listen, if they're paying their bills and they're able to work. And here's the thing though. I think sometimes so if you really wanted to know somebody, and you're talking to them outside, you don't know they're an influencer, don't go look at their page. Don't. Don't go look at their page. Get to know them personally, on a personal level. Because if you look at their page, you're going to make it some kind of assumptions. And a lot of people that post stuff aren't like me, where I don't put any thought into what I'm posting. It's just really who I am, and I really just say what's on my mind. A lot of people put a lot of effort into what they do. And they put up a fake facade of who they are.
Well, they're trying to be somebody for the audience.
They're trying to be somebody for the audience. They're trying to build like this character. So if this guy's actually talking to people outside of their social media, and they're saying they're influencers, then I think you should be okay with that. Get to know them on a personal level outside of their influencing, and then let that slowly creep in later, right?
Yeah. And then just make sure that it's a. It depends on what you want to get out of a relationship. I don't think there's any bad job. I just want to make sure somebody has a legitimate goal or something come out of it. Because if we're going to build a life together, I kind of want to know. And plus, at some point, I want to be honest, I do kind of want to see, after we get to know each other, what your social media page is like. Because I got to be okay with it, right?
Well, yeah, I want to be supportive of it. You know what I mean? But, there's a lot of people like, me myself have been in a situation where they get mistreated. Between the reality of who I am and what they see on social media too, right? So, I've already dated people who thought that I needed my social media for validation, and I don't. I do it because it's an avenue to increase what else I want to do in my life, right?
Yeah.
I don't need it for validation. I don't need people stroking my ego. And I think a lot of people that are on social media feel the same way. I think a lot of people just are creative, right?
Yeah.
They're artists. You know what I mean? A lot of these influencers are artists, and they create this content that's entertaining and shouldn't be taken too seriously. And it should be taken for what it is. They're mini sitcoms. A lot of them are like mini TV shows.
I think this is a new platform. It's a new medium, and this is where people make careers now. And it's just,
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? Freaking, why not jump on it and use it?
Yeah. Isabel from Lima, Peru. I want to buy.
Peru?
Shout out Peru.
Shout out to Peru.
I want to buy some lingerie for my relationship. I'm not sure what my boyfriend would like, but if I was your girlfriend, what would you buy for me or ask me to wear as lingerie?
That is such a roundabout question, trying to figure out what I like.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that is.
I mean, it's so easy.
They're just trying to figure out what we like, Tony.
I would tell you now, I could care less about a bra. I love some booty shorts. I think they're the greatest thing on earth, and a solid baby doll. But I don't need any I'm not a person who needs the whole Halloween costume type deal. But I could just go booty shorts. I'd be in heaven.
See, you're
an exhibitionist.
I'm an aggressive human being. So I suggest you buy something cheap that I can rip off of you.
Now, that goes back to what a lot of women say, though. If I'm going to put on lingerie, isn't there a part of you as a man who's got to stop for a minute and at least enjoy it?
Oh, appreciate it. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. But after I enjoy it for a few minutes, I'm ripping it off of you.
If you weren't a virgin, of course.
I mean, you have two options at that point, right? You got. Hey, that's pretty high. You need to take that off, or I'm going to take it off for you. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, listen. I think if you got lingerie, I think one of the things that if you really want to use it to excite somebody is send him pics before he gets there.
Ooh, look at that.
So build up that energy before he gets there. Show him little snippets. You know what I mean? Little little clips of the side boob or the hip with the string on it. You know what I mean? Hey, just so you know, I was thinking about you today. You know what I mean? Get that fire burning. Start those embers. Get that a good fired up energy happening.
Well, if you're in a good relationship, that's the beauty of the safety of it. You can have fun doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't think so much as he walks in the door and you're like, pow. Is a great way to approach it, right? I think the build up and letting him get his mind straight and freaking then being like, all right, this is happening. This is happening right now. And I think if you're with a real alpha man, freaking somebody who's a little bit animalistic, he'll enjoy that a lot.
Well,
in my opinion.
Here's a question from Facebook that came across.
A question from Facebook.
Facebook question. So, and it kind of builds up what you're saying. Would you or do you have sex to music? And if you did, what? Because you're seemingly going to throw you around the room. Is there any preferred songs that come on? I mean, first of all, do you ever think about having sex to music?
No.
Not something like you reach for to put on.
No, it's not like somebody that freaking be like, all of a sudden, I'd be like, wait, I gotta put my mixtape in. No, it's not. It's not something that's happening.
But if you walked into your girlfriend's room and she had music playing, what would be your soundtrack for the bedroom?
My soundtrack for the bedroom.
Yeah,
it's a good question. I think. Oh, man.
I'm going. I know I'm an old person, but I go some '90s R&B. There's some great.
So fucking cheesy.
I love it.
So fucking cheesy.
I love it.
Like,
I don't give a
so
shit.
corny.
I love it.
You're like, where's my R. Kelly at?
Give me some. By the way, he dropped a song out of jail the other day.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
R. Kelly dropped a song out of jail?
He dropped a remix with Chris Brown. Chris Brown.
Fuck would fucking buy that?
By the way, it's crazy because it's catchy, but he's from jail. But I'll put on some D'Angelo.
Sure, it is catchy. It's catchy, cringy.
Look, I love me some dirty, sexy R&B music. But then again, that's me. Sometimes you got to live in the corny. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Freaking, I don't know, man. I mean,
if you don't know and you're young, just go Google D'Angelo "How Does It Feel" video. You could rock that song. I could put on all that stuff in the bedroom. I'm good with that.
I'll be honest with you.
Not a reach for it.
I'm a simple man. So like, if I'm in that moment, man, I'm not listening.
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear nothing, man. I'm focused on one thing only, and the only thing I want to hear is her moaning.
There you go.
And yeah, that's it.
In your ear.
It's it. I just want to hear her moaning in my ear and saying my name.
Now that goes back to another great R&B song. Do the neighbors know my name? Another great classic. Yeah, that's the way you know you're in a real relationship. Mika from Tokyo, Japan. It kind of builds into the previous question.
What's up, Japan?
Hello, Japan. Do men prefer a type of underwear for women?
Is that konnichiwa? No.
Oh, konnichiwa, bitch.
Konnichiwa.
Right. Do men prefer a type of underwear for women to wear? I like my boyfriend in certain undergarments, but I've never asked him if he likes me in some. Do you really? I told you I'm a boy short fan, so you could thongs.
Yeah,
okay.
no, I think girls in boy shorts are great. I think thongs are great. I think anything you want to wear that shows a little leg,
you're fine with.
You're fine with. I think girls in a sweatshirt with nothing else on underneath are hot. You know what I mean? I think if you don't have kids and you get away with that stuff, that's amazing.
It's my favorite part of being married is that Christmas time when I get to restock the undergarment drawer and I go and buy all that stuff. It's fantastic.
I mean, if you can, you know what I mean? Like, I would think I would want a girl that picked me out underwear and she thought I looked hot in.
Yeah.
I don't think guys should be comfortable picking out an outfit that she thinks she looks good in.
It's a good look, and if you're going to do it though, I'm going to give you guys the caveat to this. Go look at the sizes in the closet and in the drawer.
Yes, you don't want to do it when you're at the store.
Don't just guess and then it doesn't
unless
fit
it's
right.
a really hot sales lady.
I'm just saying, like,
and you would have pulled the Christmas was at
not a Christmas Story.
No, the one with Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation, and he's in the freaking. He's like, and he's got the bra for the girl.
No, but there's a good bedroom. There's a good relationship tip. Go into the bedroom and learn bra size, underwear size, dress size. Save it on your phone.
I always thought it was fun too to go together.
Yeah.
Right? It's always fun to go lingerie shopping together. Then you have something to look forward to at home.
There you go.
And or if you go, you want to plan the whole thing out to dinner and. You come home and boom, there it is.
Boom, there it is.
Boom.
Bruno from San
Still
Paulo.
ripping it off, though. Ripping it right off. Just fucking ripping it off.
You just buy edible underwear. Have you
ever done that?
But someone's given it people have given it to us as a gift. Never tried it because I don't.
I have had the
like whipped cream or something?
No, the candy, the sweet tarts, the candy.
Oh, yeah, the candy. Yeah.
It's like a candy ring, a G-string. I've had those.
Yeah. I love Smarties.
Yeah.
Bruno from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And by the way, we're in the final stretch. So these things
we're almost over?
Bro, these things fly by so fast.
Wow.
It's amazing. So have you ever had a fashion phase you find now hilarious? My kids wear some weird shit, but I wonder if I did the same thing as a kid. Do you ever look back at old photos of yourself and be like, what the hell was I thinking?
Fucking parachute pants.
Parachute? Was that
and
like MC
spandex.
Hammer?
Parachute pants and spandex.
You wore spandex?
Fucking spandex bike shorts? Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I wore it to a birthday party. A girl's birthday party. And my parents let me. Like, what the fuck were they doing?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I remember they were black. They were black. They were for biking.
I remember I remember a couple. I remember Z Cavaricci's, which are like Italian parachute pants in the Northeast.
Oh yeah, with the zippers all down the side. I had those too. I had the parachute pants.
But we were broke as a kid, so every time something cool came out, my parents would buy me the McGregor version or like the Adidas with
cheap
4
version?
stripes because we could, you know what I mean?
No, I got hand-me-downs. That's what I got. I got hand-me-downs. So I would have collars out to here from like my brother and shit. Like, you know, and they were like the paisley colors, you know, like freaking like, you know, the sky blues, the pinks, and yeah. I think the 80s clothes suck. I don't think they should bring back 80s clothes. Listen, those jeans, those girls wear those high-waisted jeans that make your ass look flat. Fucking ugly.
Oh, God.
So fucking ugly.
The only thing I did that was the worst as a kid is I actually grew one of those
tail?
like, tails.
I had one too, bro. I had one too. I had a tail too. I had a rat tail. That's so bad. I
grew a rat tail.
Grew a rat tail. I had one too.
My
we
mom,
were such white trash.
Bro, wait, I'm going to white trash it to another level.
Oh, my God. We're such white trash.
My mom dyed it blonde. Okay.
No, I had blonde hair, so mine was already blonde.
And then I go on the bus, and everyone pulled on it and made fun of me and called me a bunch of names I can't say on here. And the next day, I cut that shit off because I cried on the way home.
I fought with my parents. I literally just talked about this story today. It's so funny you bring it up. I literally fought with my parents about not getting it cut off. They hog-tied me. They tackled me, tied my arms behind my head, freaking behind my back, with my legs, hog-tied me. Straight up hog-tied me. And pinned me down to cut it off. And I was so fucking mad. I was so mad. I look back at it now. I'm like, you did me a favor. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. I gave you a hard time. Well, Mom. Dad's in heaven. Dad, sorry. I gave you a hard time. But yeah, freaking, yeah, that was so, yeah, Joe Dirt hair, yeah. I didn't have a mullet.
No mullet.
No
just
mullet.
Was a tail in the back.
Just a little rat tail, which is so...
It's cringy now that you think about it. I know. It's Jenna from Mexico, little in the news style. I saw astronauts were rescued. Would you ever be an astronaut or travel into space if you were offered a ride?
Somebody just asked me that.
Yeah, it's just a question we got from Mexico.
From Mexico. Somebody just asked me that the other day. Would I go into space? Yes.
It'd be, I mean, yes, but it'd be so, I'm afraid.
I wouldn't stay at a space station, but I would go into space.
Yeah. I mean, I fly, I think last year I flew 77 times, so being on a plane doesn't bother me. And it's that whole long, I mean, it's got to be so crazy, but... Yeah,
well, you don't have to launch off a rocket like that anymore. Like, what was it?
Well, that's only the Virgin things.
Yeah, the Virgin Airlines freaking fly right up to the freaking crust. Yeah, I would do it.
Bless you. One more from in the news, and then we'll finish off with some personal stuff from our guests. Tyler from Wisconsin. This is kind of interesting. I keep seeing these things in the news about quantum computers and parallel universes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys follow these types of stories? And do you guys feel overwhelmed by everything in the news altogether?
Yeah. So, no, I follow the stories, man. Here's the thing. Like, you know, all this stuff that when we were growing up, it used to be called science fiction, right? It was fiction. It wasn't a possibility. It wasn't reality. It wasn't anywhere near that spectrum of things, man. It was science fiction. Now... You know, everything that you imagined when our parents were kids, when we were kids, is becoming reality. You know what I mean? It really, really is. You know, it just shows you that if it proves anything, right? It shows you if you think it and you put effort into it, you can make it your reality. Bottom line. You know what I mean?
I love all that stuff. I follow. You know how much I live in that world with work and AI, and it just shows you how, in a really good way, how much we don't know. Mm-hmm. And to me, and this is, I mean, I'm not going off on a tangent on anything from spiritual side of things, but it just goes to show you we don't have the answers. You don't know. No. Anything's possible. It's just nice to have some faith. Man. So
anything's possible.
All
Santa
right.
Claus is real.
He could be. Jolly old Saint Nick. He's an old fat white dude who breaks into people's houses.
You know what? We
and
forgot
finds
something.
Kids.
Wait, we forgot something.
Oh, what did we forget?
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
We miss St. Patty's Day, bro. Happy St. Patty's Day. Bro.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Did you do anything?
No, I'm fucking lame, bro.
I didn't do anything.
I ate bread pudding sitting in my house all fucking weekend.
I didn't do anything either, so it's fine. Matteo from Rome, Italy, as we wrap this up, we got 2 questions left. What is something that you've done that you never admitted to your parents? When I was younger, I got the babysitter pregnant.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Oh, when I read the question, I was like,
That's amazing.
I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Is that amazing? How old was your babysitter? How old were you? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of details in that story that was missing out there.
There's so many questions I wanted
so
to
obviously
ask.
you were over 13, because you were able to get her pregnant, right? So you were obviously hit puberty.
Gotta be, yeah.
Yeah. So if we can, how old was the babysitter?
Is the baby still around?
Do you have the kid?
That's what I was curious
Is the kid named after you? Is it named after me? That's a better question. Is it named after me and Tony?
Dude, is it?
No.
I can't even think of anything on that
Tony,
level.
whatever your last name is. It's a great name.
There you go.
It's a great name. Yeah. So is there anything I haven't? Let's go back. This guy needs to listen. If you're watching, bro. Was it a guy?
Matteo from Rome, Italy.
Matteo from Rome, Italy. Listen, if you're watching, you need to follow up here.
Can you write in a follow up, please?
Yeah, we need some tea on this story, bro.
I only asked it because I was hoping that we'd do this because I wanted to know, is the kid a rat? Like, I need more details.
I need details in the story. So Matteo, you have to share your tea now. You have to tell us, Matteo.
Matteo, I don't know anything I've done. There's nothing I've done close to whatever that is.
No, I've never knocked out the babysitter.
But we might need you to submit that as a video. Matteo, if you're listening.
A video question, not you banging a babysitter.
No.
Let's clarify
not the video of that.
We submit you as answering the question, not the other one, not what you're doing. Anyway, so is there anything I haven't told my parents?
Yeah, I don't think I can't. Well, that threw me for a loop when he said babysitter pregnant, but I think my parents pretty much know everything. I mean, I always tell them when I did drugs or like whatever, but I mean, my parents.
No, there's plenty of stuff I've done that I wouldn't tell my parents.
My parents were doing cocaine in front of me when they were 16. So I mean, when I was a kid. So I don't know that there's much they care about what I did.
I mean, my real father, I would tell stuff to. My mother, she's really religious, so she's ignorance is bliss. If you're watching, Mom, love you.
Shout out, Mom.
Ignorance is bliss. Just some things that people don't even know. They don't even know.
That way.
Especially when it's like in the past, right? Like, what's the point of telling somebody now? Yeah, it's not going to change anything except maybe their opinion of me, which I don't want that to happen.
All right. Last one, and then we'll do goodbyes. Yeah. Zara from Cape Town, South Africa.
What's up, South Africa?
Shout out South Africa.
Yeah, shout out.
Do you have a celebrity look-alike? People say I look like a famous person, but I don't see it. Do people tell you that, and is it vain to agree?
No, I don't look like anybody. No. Samuel L. Jackson? I look like Samuel L. Jackson, don't you think?
Yeah,
and if you don't think I look like Samuel L. Jackson, then you're racist because you don't see it.
Everybody's black when the lights go out.
right.
You definitely look like him.
I get told, obviously I get told I look like Brad Pitt all the time, right? I get told I look like Brad Pitt or that the Bertino dude, what's his name?
Oh, we talked about today.
Yeah, Del Toro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Benicio Del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio Del Toro or Rob Schneider from Dukes of Hazzard or John Schneider. John Schneider. Yes. Oh, we got some Trish. I don't know.
Oh, it's at the end.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been told I look like some people here and there. Do I see it? No. I mean, I think I look like Chris. I can't wait for the day that somebody walks up to Brad Pitt and goes, "Hey, man, you look like Chris Davis." You know what I mean?
I get the same one. I don't see it, but I've had people come up to me in restaurants and get off planes and think I'm Bradley Cooper. And
I can see that.
And I don't, of course I don't see it. And by the way, I don't know that I like, oh yeah, look like Bradley Cooper. I make the same joke. I always go, no, but I wish I had his money.
No, I tell people all the time. So when people go, man, you know who you look like? I'm like, yeah. They're like, who? I'm like, Samuel L. Jackson. And then literally you see him go, hey, what? Like, no, you don't. I'm like, no, I don't.
I always just, and like, me and my wife will be at dinner and the waitress or the bartender have said it. They'll come over and go, hey, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this. I see it's your husband, but do you know he looks like, Bradley Cooper? And my wife's like, yeah, that's why he's my husband.
I get told I look familiar all the time.
I'm the B version. So Bradley.
I'm the Temu version of Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's it. I'm the Temu version of Bradley Cooper.
We got bigger muscles though.
That's it. So, all right. So on that note, we're up to another hour and a half on episode 7. By the way, these episodes. First of all, shout out to everybody who brings questions and lives and Instagrams. These things are getting so easy for us that in terms of they just flow now. Like the time just goes by so quick.
Yeah, no, it was freaking amazing. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys watched.
Oh yeah. But shout out to you because first, and usually, I'll do this and Chris always signs us off. First off, shout out on the t-shirt. Love it. I much appreciate the t-shirt. It's fucking great.
Fucking hot mess. Advice Unfiltered, everybody.
It's so good. We got the logo on the back in blue.
I told you to make a shirt out of it.
It was you messaged me. I was like, oh my, I was like, wait.
You couldn't help it. We talked about it last week.
It's fantastic.
Perfect.
So shout out to Chris for making the shirt.
There's your warning label right there. Warning label.
That's it.
Mess. That's who I am.
So, but outside that, as always, we're sorry if we can't get to every question, but it's been awesome. At some point, maybe these episodes will get a little longer. But what I will tell you is, by next week, you're going to see a website up so you can put questions. Next week, you have a PO box if you want Chris to sign stuff. And we just keep thanking you guys and appreciating you guys and loving the support. Last week we had over 7,000 live viewers plus all the downloads. So as every week I always say, I appreciate all of you. I love the support, and hopefully me and Chris just keep getting better at this, and you guys keep sharing, supporting, liking, subscribing. So
we appreciate you. Everybody's asking for the T-shirt. So here's the deal. We are working on getting that set up, and once we do, we will definitely let you know. We have other shirt ideas that we're coming up with, so we will definitely let you know.
The store, as soon as the P.O. box and the website go live this week, the next part for me will create the store. And the nice part, by the way, is I'm sure on our own we'll come up with some ideas, but this is where the fans will become fantastic, because if you have T-shirt ideas for us, we would love to put them up and make them. But this one's a home run. Yeah, this one's great.
This is all because of you guys. So any kind of shirt ideas you guys have or anything you guys want to send us, like I said, the PO box will be set up, and you'll be able to do all that. And we'll have tank tops, we'll have hats, we'll have mugs, the whole nine. Eventually, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe we'll have lingerie.
Ooh.
Who doesn't want Chris and Tony's face on a banana hammock? You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't want that shit, right? Or on a brawl, Tony's face here, my face here. I mean, who doesn't want to see that?
That's great. All right. So outside that, Chris, you want to bring us home?
Yeah. So listen, as always, man, we want to say thank you for the love and support, and this show would be nothing without you. So we thank you guys for sharing and subscribing and going to our channels on Spotify, on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, on Amazon Music, on Apple Podcasts. Again, this show is Advice Unfiltered. And as always, we believe in you. We believe in the best in you. And signing out for Tony Rodriguez and Christopher David, this is Advice Unfiltered.